Straight ahead on 12 News, a major online purchasing change. Amazon will collect sales tax, what it means for local businesses and consumers. Plus, the dark secrets of domestic violence, why victims often don't go to the police. And the ride of the future? A Brooklyn Park man's way of tapping into technology. 12 News starts right now. Hello, and thanks for joining us. Online shoppers who use Amazon were in for a rude awakening today.
Amazon has started collecting Minnesota state sales tax, and Blaine has reaction to the change and how it will impact traditional local brick and mortar stores.
Traditional retail stores offer the benefit of immediate gratification.
For me, I want whatever I'm going to go get, I'm going to go get. I don't want to wait a day or two.
Yet in today's day and age, online shopping, do you do a lot of online shopping?
Occasionally.
Online shopping, even occasionally, has been ingrained into people's DNA.
Black Friday obviously is a big deal.
In the past, online retail giant Amazon.com didn't have to collect sales tax from Minnesotans who shopped on their website. Then, state lawmakers stepped in and changed that.
It's disheartening. I'd rather not pay the taxes because taxes just keep going.
I guess the tax is fair. I mean, I guess if I'm Amazon, I'm a little disappointed, but I guess it was coming at some point, so you got to expect that.
I think from a financial standpoint, you're going to see that there'll be dollars there that the state will capture that they didn't have before.
Local business leaders from the Twin West Chamber of Commerce say the new tax is meant to level the retail playing field.
At the end of the day, what we look for as a chamber for our members is to have a fair playing ground. So this does move in that direction and at least give some competitive fairness to the retail marketplace.
Bricks and mortar stores such as Target are one of Amazon's biggest competitors. But they're not just trying to push for a state law, they want to push for a federal law as well.
A more sound policy would be to have this in place on a federal level so that when you cross state lines, there's a system in place that works for everybody.
Whether that happens remains to be seen.
It'll be interesting to see. I think that's going to continue to be the push, yes.
For now, Minnesota consumers will have to adapt.
I'll spend the extra money I would go to get at the store, so whatever. It works all the same way now. So.
In Maple Grove, Blaine, 12 News.
Online-only retailers such as Amazon don't need to charge sales tax in Minnesota unless they have a physical presence in the state. And that's leading to speculation that Amazon may open a warehouse or some other operation in the near future.
Now that the first U.S. case of Ebola has been confirmed in Texas, Minnesota's health department is trying to calm fears about the spread of the disease. State health officials say the healthcare system is vastly different in Minnesota than in West Africa, allowing doctors to better handle and contain Ebola patients. They stress Ebola is not spread through the air, it's only spread through contact with blood or bodily fluids. Meantime, with a large Liberian population in the Northwest Metro, a local task force is urging the immigrant community not to travel to West Africa and be aware if guests arrive and should develop symptoms.
If they're just coming from West Africa, if they're having any sort of issue, they should immediately go to the hospital or to the medical provider, and let them know.
If Minnesota were to have an Ebola case, health officials stress it would not pose a major threat to the general public. Nobody deserves to be hurt. That is the message advocates against domestic abuse want to get out today.
At least 25 women were killed in Minnesota last year as a result of domestic violence. Sonia Goins has one Brooklyn Park woman's story and explains why abuse is often kept secret.
A lot of people are hiding from it. They're covering it up.
Some students at North Hennepin Community College are carrying more than a heavy backpack. They're burdened down with the weight of domestic abuse.
We have quite a few students, more than I was even aware of, that's being assaulted.
She was a daughter, a sister, a grandmother, a friend.
25 white T-shirts were strung up on the clothesline in the Student Center.
She was 23 years old.
They represent domestic abuse victims who were killed in North Hennepin County.
I could be on this shirt.
Carol LaFleur is a former North Hennepin Community College student.
I felt like I deserved it because that's what I was used to.
She also knows firsthand what it's like to be abused by someone who is supposed to love you.
It was verbal abuse to start with. It was name calling, you know, like you fat Blaine.
Carol says the abuse from her first husband started in 1986 and things quickly turned bad.
It got to the point where the physical assaults were the punching and the hitting, and then took a lighter and lit my hair on fire.
Like so many women of domestic abuse, she stayed.
I stayed because, first of all, there was nowhere else for me to go. I could not financially support myself and my children outside the home.
It was a long road to recovery.
Look at this shirt.
But Carol eventually got out of that situation.
I found out I'm not stupid, I'm not dumb. You know, I didn't deserve to be hit. I didn't deserve to be called names. And now I'm a college graduate. Things that, again, I was told it was never possible for me.
She now works for an organization called MICA, counseling other women of domestic abuse.
I am more than a victim. I'm a survivor, and I have something to give back.
In Brooklyn Park, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
Carol graduated in May, summa cum laude. She now wants to be an example for other abuse victims that you can not only survive, but succeed.
A rash of thefts from vehicles in one suburb has police warning residents to lock their cars.
Yeah, 25 theft from autos in a 2-week time period is a lot of thefts.
It's happening throughout Brooklyn Park, not in one specific neighborhood. The majority of the thefts are happening because the vehicles are unlocked, and in a couple cases, thieves used a garage door opener in the vehicles to steal from the garages.
By keeping valuables out of your cars, by locking your cars, or moving your car into a garage, you're completely eliminating the opportunity for a thief to take anything from your car.
Police are asking residents to call and report any cases of theft, even if it's a small one, because it helps police track where crime occurs.
For the second time in a month, Golden Valley-based General Mills will cut jobs. The company will lay off 700 to 800 employees, mostly in the U.S. General Mills did not reveal how many jobs in Minnesota will be impacted. It employs about 5,000 people in the Twin Cities. The cost-cutting comes as processed food sales have suffered in recent years.
Today we learned healthcare premiums are going up through MNsure. State officials, however, say they'll still be the lowest in the nation. Premiums with the online exchange will go up an average of 4.5%. One reason for the higher premiums, the top insurer on the exchange, Golden Valley-based Preferred One, dropped out. Preferred One had about 60% of MNsure customers. Open enrollment through MNsure begins on November 15th.
A pastor who worked for 3 decades at the former Golden Valley Lutheran College has died. Reverend Roy Bloomquist was known for his work as a radio pastor. He hosted a show heard on stations across the country from 1961 to 1985. Services are planned Tuesday at Calvary Lutheran Church in Golden Valley. Reverend Bloomquist was 95 years old. Coming up, Charge and Drive, a Brooklyn Park man's commute that is nothing short of electric.
And then later in sports, the Maple Grove boys soccer team tries to remain unbeaten against Blaine.
But first, another surge of rain. Showers will stick around on Thursday.
Welcome back. Do you get tired of watching rising gas prices at the pump?
Well, one Brooklyn Park man did, so he bought an all-electric car for his 60-mile daily commute. And reporter Shannon Slatton commuted with him this morning to find out how his ride saves him money.
5 days a week, Paul Wicklund commutes from Brooklyn Park to Chaska for work. He might be concerned about the weather or rush hour traffic.
We started at about 90%. I'm at 73 right now.
But he's not worried about the fluctuating cost of gas.
We have saved a tremendous amount of money over having a gasoline-powered vehicle.
Paul's Nissan Leaf is 100% electric.
The savings alone by not running gasoline can be substantial.
And for Paul, it is. Driving 18,000 miles only cost him $140 in electricity.
The best part of the car is you park it at night. When you get up in the morning, you're ready to go. You don't have to stop anywhere for gas or to fill it up. It's already recharged.
Paul did upgrade the outlet at his house so he can fully charge his car in about 4 hours during the summer, a bit longer during the winter.
During the coldest temperatures, even at half battery, I was able to make it to a charger easily without the chance of running out of electricity.
When he gets to work, his employer lets him plug in.
I just let it charge and I'm ready for my trip home.
And he can control when his car charges using a smartphone app.
I can start the charging remotely, and then I can turn on the climate control.
But there is one downside to his electric car.
Number one is you're not going to be able to go up to the cabin with it. It's strictly a commuter car.
You have around 100 miles to go on a fully charged battery. So treat it like you have 100 miles until empty on a gas-powered car.
It's made for commuting, and if you can stay within roughly the 100-mile range, this car will work for most of your daily needs.
With increased demand and changing technology, Paul feels he's riding a money-saving wave of the future.
This car is very nice, been very reliable, and I really do like it a lot.
From Brooklyn Park to Chaska, Shannon Slatton, 12 News.
A 2015 Nissan Leaf starts around $29,000 if you buy it. There are also more free public charging stations than you might realize. We found 30 public charging stations within 25 miles of Maple Grove. Well, coming up, banish a bad hair day and help battle cancer.
But first in sports, Osseo and Champlin Park go head-to-head in a key volleyball matchup. John Jacobson is in next.
Well, two good teams and a competitive volleyball matchup.
And a very good one and a great race in this Northwest Suburban Volleyball for 2014. There's still a lot of season left, but Tuesday night's Champlin Park Osseo volleyball match was a key one for deciding the Northwest Suburban Conference title. Rebels with a one-game lead on Osseo and two other teams coming in. Off the Osseo serve, Champlin Park gets the offense going as Brenna Walton sets to Sydney Hilly for the kill. And an 18-17 Rebels lead in set one. But Osseo plays well off the Rebels serve. Ellie Hoyt with a nice set at the net to Shia Sanders, who hammers it home, and the Orioles take the first set 26-24. In set two, the serve by Sanders has two Rebels colliding here. It's an ace for Sanders, and Osseo builds a 19-15 lead on the road. It's another close one, and Osseo prevails again. The pass to Lane Ruska, and she catches the defense by surprise there with the tip. And Osseo wins 25-22. To the third set, Champlin Park isn't ready to go home yet. Nice block by Allie Miller and Marissa Battendal-Vidal. They win 25-19 to stay alive in the match. In the fourth, Osseo starts strong and never looks back. Ruska sets to Maddie Schopheuster for the kill. And Osseo hands Champlin Park its first conference loss, winning in four. Here's a look at the top half of the standings in the 14-team Northwest Suburban Conference. The win for Osseo creates a four-way tie for first now with Blaine, Champlin Park, Osseo, and Totino Grace all 8-1 in conference matches. Maple Grove is in fifth place at 6-3 with Armstrong, Andover, and Centennial, the only other teams above 500. Also in the Northwest Suburban, Park Center hosted Anoka. Good start for the Tornadoes. SD Sieben knocks down the overpass as Anoka jumps out to a 6-0 lead. Back come the Pirates. Alicia Meyer with the setter dump for a point. They trail by just two at 16-14. But Anoka closes the first set on a 9-4 run. Julia Mantee with the swing and the kill. Anoka wins 25-18. Set two, Meyer getting the back set to Ivy Robinson for the kill. That ties the score at 8. Bethany Lovehog timing her jump perfectly there, gets the block, and the Pirates up 16-13. Anoka closes strong again, though. Steven serves 6 straight points, including this ace as the Tornadoes rally. And on set point, a great dig by Abby Slater. The set by Ashley Muckway to Manteo goes down the line for the kill and point. Anoka takes the second set 25-23, and they win the third 25-16 to sweep Park Center. It's the first conference win of the season for Anoka. The soccer playoffs are just around the corner. Maple Grove's boys team will enter the postseason as the champion of the Northwest Suburban Conference. The Crimson playing at Blaine Tuesday. The Bengals get a scoring chance here off a nice crossing pass, but Maple Grove goalie Ben Nelson comes up with a save. The Crimson's number 26, Carson Thomas, gets a header goal off the long free kick by Trevor Gift. Maple Grove on the board in the first half. Still a 1-0 score in the second half when Ryan Dubois is tripped near the Blaine goal. And that fall calls for a penalty kick. And Kevin Hoof steps up. The goalie guesses wrong, and Hoof buries the PK for the second goal of the night. Maple Grove wins at 2-0, and they are still unbeaten as the regular season winds down.
I think it's just a big win for us. We're not necessarily looking to stay undefeated. We're looking to get better every game, and I think we accomplished that as well with winning tonight. But I feel it feels great. Beat them on their home field, and yeah, overall good win.
Maple Grove's girls soccer team is 1/2 game behind Centennial for the Northwest Suburban lead. First half of Maple Grove's game against Blaine. Blaine forward, Brittany Monty getting free, but Marissa Hamilton, the Crimson goalie, comes up with a big stop. Senior keeping the Bengals off the board. A short time later, Maple Grove's Brianna Johnson gets inside the defender, races toward the net, and then chips a shot over the Bengal keeper for a goal. That turns out to be the only scoring of the night. Maple Grove blanks Blaine 1-0. That's a look at sports for today.
All right, thanks a lot, John.
Well, now to local vote 2014 and a special city council election this November in Osseo.
Harold Johnson and Daniel Spanier are running for a seat that came open on the council because of a resignation. Spanier was temporarily appointed to the seat but could not come in to record a profile. Johnson is a member of Osseo's Economic Development Authority.
I'm Harold Johnson. I am running for Osseo City Council 2-year term. This is my first time to run for public office. Currently, I serve on the Osseo EDA. After being a CPA for 50 years in accounting, taxes, and financial services to businesses and individuals of the area, I feel as an Osseo City Council member, my experience and knowledge will be helpful to Osseo residents, businesses, staff, and other government agencies. Past Osseo City Council have attempted to hold operating budgets for the city as low as possible and still provide necessary services. Thanks are given for a job well done. This must be continued, and if elected, I will attempt to do my part to see it continues. Thank you for your consideration when voting on November 4th.
Well, still ahead, an excellent reason to look good and feel good in Maple Grove.
We'll be right back.
Finally, cancer survivors are getting some extra pampering at a Maple Grove hair salon.
It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and on every Wednesday, breast cancer survivors are getting a free shampoo, blow dry, and style at the Mark Daniel Salon. It's an effort to help women celebrate beating cancer and support those still fighting it.
A day doesn't go by at the salon that we don't have somebody who comes in and hasn't been either affected by this directly or is going through with a family member or a coworker.
It gives you a chance to relax, be pampered. And I got my hair back, as you can see, because I was bald.
Jackie is now cancer-free. The salon is also giving away a Coach purse set complete with pink trim, and that does it for us.
We'll see you again tomorrow, everyone.